Hello and welcome to the Late Night Owl podcast. Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about favorite hero and heroine. Well, I'll go first. Let me volunteer. I picked for my number one. I picked Ashitaka from Princess Mononoke. For those who don't know, Ashitaka is the guy main character for Princess Mononoke. What he did was he had to fight like what is that, like a demon or spirit, a bad spirit that came and like tried to wreck their village or something. I don't remember how.
Yeah, that's on point.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so yeah, that monster came in and he had to try to get rid of it, but at the cost of being cursed. I think either what was it, left or right hand? I don't think it matters, but yeah, he got cursed, and because of that curse, he had to. Did they banish him or ban him from the tribe or something, or was it that he had to find a cure, so he left town? I forget which one it was. You remember, Tim?
Mm, Either way, he had to leave. That's all I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. But anyways, like because I'm assuming that because he got cursed, he was banned from the tribe. But for someone that you know sacrifices his own self, I'm pretty sure like family and tribes may be similar or may not be. But I think it's a big deal, to save your tribe. You have to sacrifice your own self, and all above that, he's like, oh well, since I have nothing else left, might as well try to find a cure for this curse. And then he goes on this big ass adventure, and then he gets winded it up into like this whole long and adventurous plot, right? And then I just think like for someone that sacrificed so much, he has to sacrifice even more to like save people and stuff like that. I thought that's a pretty interesting uh or heroic, I should say, personality, or I don't know, adventure. Unless you guys disagree.
No, absolutely. I mean, he's embarking on an adventure to save his people. Like, that's heroism.
Yeah,
Mm,
it was. I think the term hero was kind of hard. Like everyone has like their own um, way of defining a hero, and I just thought putting like a family first would be a hero.
There's like two different ways to define like this subject, right?
Yeah,
Like sometimes when we talk about heroes, it's um it's just like the main character, but the main character might not necessarily be a good guy.
right.
Or it could be, just like a side character that has this strong, heroic personality.
Yeah, I think even if, or you can say, for example, like the heroes nowadays, like take Naruto for example. It's a little kid that wants to be a Hokage, right? And the adventure or how he gets to it may make him a hero, may not be. That's like one way of putting a hero. But I just think in terms of hero, you have to be something more. You have to have a lot of sacrifice, which I'm pretty sure there was some sacrifice for Naruto, but I don't know. I think when it comes to heroes or heroines, you have to have more to it. What do you think?
For me, being a hero is more about personal growth. You
Mm.
know, maybe being knocked down and coming back,
Right, and then getting back up,
never
right?
giving
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I guess my definition, uh, someone that stands for something positive.
Would you say something positive?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because like the reason, and just not just positive, right? They also kind of have to be like
Right. There's like yeah,
an absence from,
an
because like
absence.
some
Yeah.
of evil. Because some people, like some characters in like anime, like they're not heroes because they're just there. They don't stand for anything, right? They're not like an embodiment of anything.
Right.
That's why they're not like a main character
Mm.
or like someone that you would consider a hero.
Yeah. See, we all have different like values or what a hero could represent, and so it's a tough subject, but for your own opinion, uh, what your favorite hero and heroine is, and my number one was Ashitaka, and not sure if we had to do both, but I did one boy and one girl. So
Okay.
my number two would be from Makia.
Oh.
It's Makia herself.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought same thing, same concept. It's sacrificing your own self in order to be like a mother, for her.
Dang.
And I
Okay.
think having or being a mother role itself is being a heroine, right? Right.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
So, uh, in terms of just yeah, in general, just being a mom is a hero is what I think.
Yeah. Most mothers, I would say, are heroic.
Like even
Like they
yeah, yeah,
that they sacrifice, and usually they try to set a good example for their. So then they also stand for, or they try to stand for something.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Most
and
most mothers.
and then even what's even more crazy is for Makia, that's not even her kid, and then she's still sacrificing
Well, it's not
herself.
her biological kid,
But yeah,
right?
biological kid. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the end, the it's like it's actually her kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if you're how long did she like take care of him until like he became old like
Yeah.
an old man, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Says the day you were born
Okay,
until the
yeah,
day you
Beginning to
die.
end.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could pretty much say that that's your mom, just
Yeah.
not biologically. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the reason why that film was extra powerful was like I don't know about your mom, but a lot of like other people's moms still see you as like a little kid, no matter how old. It's like, oh, you'll always be my little.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they have like that mentality. And
mm-hmm.
for Makia, she's always the little girl. Like the role is reversed,
Yeah.
right? So, it hits.
Hmm.
It's a little bit deep.
Too deep.
Yeah, too deep. I can't see myself.
Yeah, that's my two hero and heroism or
Yeah.
heroine.
Damn, that film was so heavy.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't watch. I can't watch it again.
really? I'd probably watch it after this podcast.
uh, nope.
I mean, I just watched it, so
Oh yeah. How was it? How'd you like it?
it was good. Yeah, it was just all about motherhood, and
Yeah.
yeah, as Seth said, it's pretty heavy.
I mean, for like a anime, right? It's like crazy. You're just like, wow, this is, this is like a what if possibility. Obviously, there's no dragons and stuff, but it can happen. Minus the aging.
I guess, yeah. Once we edit out the genes that
Oh yeah,
I think the film was more just about like how motherhood transcends
sends age.
everything.
Yeah. Supposed
yeah,
to like
So
transcend
I don't
time.
think the age really had much to do with it.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, the whole title is called Makia when the Promised Flower Bloom. So if anyone
Ye-
wants to check it out, yeah.
How do you spell it? It has a Q.
Okay. Maquia. It's
Okay,
like
yeah.
M as in Maquia, A as in Maquia, Q as in Maquia.
No,
um,
cause like when you have like a Q, you have to like it has a Q in there,
okay.
cause a lot of shit ain't spelled with Q's.
It's unique. It's unique. Yeah. So, anyways, who wants to go next?
uh, I think Tim wants to go next.
All right, Tim. Let's
Okay.
do it.
So my number one pick was Tenjo Utena. I don't know if you guys have seen Revolutionary Girl Utena.
No, I haven't.
It's an old one from 1997.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
basically this is kind of like it's kind of like a shoujo anime
Mhm.
where they do kind of like the magical girl thing. They have a little bit of like the fairy tale kind of thing going on, and basically Utena is a high school girl, and as from a very young age she had many tragedies like losing her parents, and one of the people that comforted her was a prince. And you know, it kind of has that fairy tale thing vibe going on where she falls in love with the prince or whatever, but Utena's not that kind of girl. She sees a prince being gentle and kind, and what she thinks is that she would like to become a prince.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's not like the typical kind of girl. She's like she's ambitious, she's strong, and there's a lot of her like fighting for love and justice because the plot of the anime is about a damsel in distress that she gets to kind of save throughout the show because she's the prince.
Okay.
That's
So
So she,
she's kind of heroic in that she's overcoming this boundary of like a female being a prince.
she's like going against stereotype, kind of
Yeah,
like how like I guess Sleeping Beauty would be the archetypical story where girls are like damsel in distress, right?
yeah.
And then you need like a prince to wake you up.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. I wouldn't know about like how it would do well now currently with all like the social justice warriors and the feminists and all that crap.
What? Social justice paladin?
Social justice paladin, yeah.
No, it would work very well because a lot of they're pushing for that. Like
Yeah,
you'll see it
she's
in a lot
fighting the
of
stereotype.
yeah,
I'm
like
sure they would like support that kind of thing.
yeah, like it starts with Frozen, right? And then it even like the new have you seen Wreck-It Ralph or Ralph Wrecks the Internet?
Is that the newest one?
Yeah,
No, no.
like even then they're like trying to make they're trying to go against stereotypes for girls as well.
Mm.
Like the main character in that one arguably would be the little girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that means that since 1990, what would you say? It's 97.
Yeah, it's 97.
Yeah, that's they're already trying
Yeah.
to imply those kind of stuff from back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. He was she was the first social justice paladin.
Paladin, motherfucking holy motherfucker.
Yeah, and she was doing that literally because she goes on like fighting people with swords and stuff. So it's kind of wild. I would watch that. So yeah, I definitely recommend Revolutionary Girl Utena,
Oh, okay.
and that's why she's my number one.
Nice.
Do you have a male counterpart?
So I kind of like struggled with this one,
Okay.
but I think I ended up with a GTO. Have you guys seen that?
Oh,
Oh
great
yeah.
teacher, whatever. Damn for
Onizuka
his name.
or what was it?
Yeah.
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 I mean, there's this like there's this guy, he's got this like bleach blonde hair
Yeah.
and he's kind of like a common street thug, but he somehow becomes a teacher and for all the wrong reasons, right? He wants to get the girls. But you know, when he gets all this injustice and like immorality in the system, and that kind of like sets him straight. And so he goes on this like personal quest to like fix these young students' problems.
Right.
How do I reach these kids?
Exactly. Pretty much.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm surprised you guys got that reference. South Park.
I mean, we watched more than anime.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
And, oh, they also did like a live, not live action, but like a legitimate actual TV series of that too. Like not anime.
Oh yeah, I have seen some of those. It's pretty good actually.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it would be. I think it would be.
Yeah, it's a Japanese J drama or something like that. But yeah, it's really good. I think the most memorable scene or a lot of the scene is when I don't know if you remember the scene, Tim, but there's a scene where he goes to like the messed up kid's house with his parents, and he he literally brings like a sledgehammer or something and like
Oh yeah, yeah.
breaks down the wall, and I think that's like the icon of GTO or the teacher.
Yeah, that powerful scene because he's kind of like this guy who he's not very smart, but he complicated problem and he just solves them in his own just kind of like brute forced way.
Yeah, literally breaking the wall for his closed up student, or I forgot what it was, but yeah, it was pretty much like the parents and the kids don't even talk. They're always like just working or never seeing each other because they're so busy, and so yeah, he went to go destroy like the wall or something of like the rooms that connects it, and then the mom and dad didn't even like sleep in the same room, you know. So yeah, it's pretty much breaking the wall so that they could go back to being able to see each other as a family, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a great. It might not be the best. Like you could just sue the dude, you know. Like now you could do all that, but in terms of drama or like anime, I think that's a pretty good clip. Or yeah, okay.
That's the good one. Okay. My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Go for
For me, for hero, I guess kind of old too, but kind of more recent. It would be Itachi from Naruto.
it. Okay.
Like, what's so funny?
No,
Because we
go
were
ahead.
just talking about Naruto. Okay, like, yeah, like he fits like both descriptions for like the hero that we kind of like went over.
Mhm.
Because like he's the only character I feel that's kind of like grounded.
Mhm.
Like he's a character that you can like relate to. Because other people like Naruto or like even Pain or like Orochimaru or all the antagonists,
Mhm.
they all have like that crazy "I'm gonna change the world" shit kind of view, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like they have like over the top shonen villain type. But then you have Itachi, doesn't give a shit about all that. It's like, oh, I just care about my family and I want to protect the village because war is tragic,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's just trying to prevent war. And that's why I think he's kind of like more like relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, and because like he was alive during the war when he was a little kid, it kind of like adds to his character that like for us, we didn't grow up in wartime. So then we can't really like imagine like the horror.
Right.
Can only like kind of like just think about it a little bit, but having not gone through it,
Mm-hmm.
don't know how it feels like.
Yeah.
And for like Itachi to go through it as a little kid, it's like, oh, like yeah, or is actually pretty bad if you think about it. Like if you think, or World War II, or like whatever Khmer Rouge or the Communist Party, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about those things, like if you had to live through that, like holy shit, like, life would be completely different. So then Itachi grows up, right? And what's more tragic about his character, he's actually really young. Even though you know how he has like those lines under his eye, it makes him
Yeah.
look old, right?
Yeah.
But like he was actually only he had to kill his whole family or clan when he was like 14 or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then when Sasuke killed him, he was only like 21. So he was this young guy, was even though he was really powerful and stuff like that, he didn't like really cause like any trouble. And if you think about like the whole Naruto arc, if it wasn't for Sasuke, like the whole Naruto, I mean, if it wasn't for Itachi, like the whole Naruto story wouldn't happen, right?
That
Like everything would
motherfucker.
just, yeah, yeah. So it was like really good. And then what I like about him more is because that he didn't want it to be a hero. He didn't want any credit, right? He wanted to make Sasuke, like the little brother that he loved, to be a hero, right? He wanted Sasuke to kill him,
Yeah.
right? So then, even if it meant like lying to him and making hate him, right? And that's like a really heavy burden. So like, I think a lot of people, it's kind of like it's weird too, because like you would lie, even though it's the lie, it's more like for the better good. And I guess he has like this message. It's like even though Itachi doesn't want like to be gay, and even though like he wants to, like he loves his family. If you read the novel or whatever, like he's a really nice guy. Like he doesn't want to kill his family, but then he kind of like what's that? He's like an altruist, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like he sees like it's more important, right? The whole village is more important than his own happiness, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So like he's willing to sacrifice everything for everyone else's happiness. So, like therefore like yeah, he's sacrificial, and he stands for something positive because like when he comes back, like I don't know if you watched the arc where he like comes back from the grave. He actually says a lot of positive things to Sasuke and like try to get him to like back on the right path. And then he also kind of like I guess try to like give like you know how like he always like visit Naruto for some reason. He's like, "Why are you so?" you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like oh like even like then he's like trying to like tell Naruto like oh Sasuke is like, actually savable. And, he even planned out that he gave Naruto that guy's eye that he would cast a genjutsu on Sasuke.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's like super smart, man. He like planned it all out. Yeah, Itachi, man. And he's OP as shit, so that helps.
Yeah, it hit me real hard when, uh, when Sasuke and Itachi was fighting the last battle, and then Sasuke ends up killing him, or I guess he comes back later. So I guess you couldn't really say kill him, but like kind of like stop him, I guess. And then Itachi would not embrace his little brother, but like give him his eye or something for like a more better. I would say he gave him so that it'll be like, okay, now you carry on the family. You're always gonna have to carry on this burden for the family kind of deal, and that's why he gave his eye or Sharingan or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just how I felt, but I really see like the brotherly love, and I guess that's another good hero.
Yeah.
Or not or what's the saying? The hero that it's like the hero that we deserve, but not the wait. What was it? Oh shit! I'm like blanking
The
out.
Batman one?
Yeah, the Batman.
The hero we needed, not the one we deserved.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just like no one's gonna remember. You know.
That's the sad part, dude.
You know. But that's like reality. Like a lot of people who like sacrifice in the past, like we don't know them because they're not recorded in the history book. Like someone else always gets the credit. Like George Washington, okay, what about his men, the people who sacrificed? Like the doctor gets all the credit. What about them, like nurse and the team, or the scientists who made the medication? Forget everything. It's the last person who does it or who writes down history gets all the blame or gets all the credit.
you
Huh?
I'm trying to do another Batman reference. You either die a hero or live long enough
Live
to
long
become
enough
a
to
villain.
see yourself a villain. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, exactly. Even the most beautiful actress in Hollywood eventually becomes the witch.
okay. And what about your heroine, if you have one?
Ah, man, this one was really hard because a lot of stuff, like a lot of anime that I ended like a like heroine,
Mm-hmm.
and then even if they did, um, it was more like there's still a dude involved,
Yeah.
like for example, like Fate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saber is a hero. There's that Emiya
That's a good
connection,
one.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a hero in a most literal sense, right?
Yeah, she's a hero
Yeah.
in the literal. Yes. Yeah. So that would be one. But then like her character is kind of weird because like she's her, but I don't know if she's sacrificial in a sense. I'm not sure
Yeah.
she stands for either. I just know she's apparently best waifu.
What? Are you serious?
What? Not to some people.
Oh, I thought it would be Tosaka. I mean, not
Well, in
not
turn,
it not personally, but like a lot of people would say Tosaka has like the tsundere attitude that everyone really likes. But I mean, for me, or yeah, personally, I would think Sakura would be like the best waifu
why?
because she could
'Cause
cook,
she can
she
cook,
could clean,
she can clean.
she got a nice body.
She's the Japanese one,
Yep,
the only Japanese one.
it's like super Japanese, but apparently I don't think she is, right?
And she lives with you, or wants to. I think she is, yeah. Because Saber is King Arthur,
Yeah.
and Tosaka is German or something.
Yeah, but I don't know, because wasn't her brother along with the vampire dude, the vampire old man? Like,
Old
didn't they
man.
have the same family? I'm not too sure. Oh no,
After
wait,
what
you know,
family?
the old, yeah, because the old man that uses bugs or whatever.
Yeah. They
Was
like
he
abused her.
Japanese?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I
Oh
think they had a
shit,
Japanese last name.
you're right. Cause Sakura is Rin's sister. and then
Yeah,
she got adopted into a
Spoilers, but
Japanese.
yeah, yeah.
Oh shit! Spoilers.
It's deep, man. It goes deep.
Too late. It's too late.
Yeah, the whole Fate Stay Night thing. It goes really deep. I love it.
So deep.
Yeah, but yeah, the Sakura waifu. But yeah, sorry. What was it like? Saber. What did you want to say?
You were saying like you're not sure if she's sacrificial, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
Cause like I guess she was. That's why she has so many. Like she tried to do something in her past life. I forgot, and she
mhm.
couldn't do it. That's why she returned as a heroic spirit.
Well, yeah, but it's weird because she's already King Arthur, right? Or like the female version of it,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. But there's like so many versions of her, and on top of that, it's like not a male character, which King Arthur is. So it's like
That's also true.
it's weird, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you could say yeah, she is like a heroine, but I mean, as in that anime, yes, she is, but like historically, I don't know, because it's kind of false, right?
we don't know. Can we trust history, or can we trust anime?
Anime is life.
I don't know. Anime is predicting the future,
Yeah,
predicting the past too. I don't know.
predicting the best.
So,
Oh shit, that would be a good story for next week's story time.
oh, you better not spoil it. That's your next short story.
What if you can predict the past? What?
What?
I think you're using that word wrong. Shut up.
It's a meme.
It's a meme now.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else, dude?
I guess, yeah, it would probably be like, if I had to pick just the top of my head, it would probably be the mother from Wolf. Is it Wolf Child? Wolf Kids? Fuck. What is it
Wolf
called?
Rain?
Wolf, wolf children, I think.
Wolf Children, yeah.
Okay.
Wolf Kid. Wolf Children.
Wait. Oh, what? I don't think I ever seen
It's
that
the
one.
movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's where she bangs a wolf
Oh shit.
and she gets pregnant with two kids who are half wolf. They become half wolf.
Werewolves?
Yeah, werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much werewolves, and she has to raise by herself.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But then again, I can't say anything about anime. They have everything. You just search anything and it's there. There's an anime for it. Yeah. Why would you say that she's a heroine?
Probably like the same thing as like Makia. Makia would probably be a little. I feel like.
Mhm.
I feel like they're very similar. The story,
It's
like mother
Single mother.
sacrificing.
It's
Yeah,
just
but
that everyone has like the same idea when it comes to mother. I guess it's like you're like sacrificing a lot for your kids, your children. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And I feel like they made another movie by the same I think director.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Don't call me on it, but I think
What is it called?
it's
Or what is
called
it?
The Beast and the Boy.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
but this time it's like a father figure. It's like a dad taking care of a kid.
Mm.
Yeah, and I thought that was pretty nice.
There's a decent amount of anime that does that too, right? But then it's more. It's different from a mother trying to raise a kid on her own, right? For like a father figure, I wouldn't say it was more of like a father, but like, do you guys know the anime called Sword of the Stranger?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like he's not really a father, but more. I wouldn't say like a father. It would be more like a big brother, I guess. It's kind of
Hmm.
weird, but
He definitely had a father figure type going on.
yeah, yeah, right. Like it, but it wasn't like a loving type of deal. It was more of like a different, like physically sacrifice yourself, or like
I'm gonna block this sword.
yeah, and
Uh,
it's just like, oh, this kid's like in danger. It would be wrong of me to not try to help him, in my own way, or some stuff like that. But then again, it wasn't uh like a part or an anime where he was with him until the very end. It was more of like just that time frame where that kid was a kid. It wasn't the kid growing up. Yeah. And then also the samurai dude was like super young. I think it was like in his 20s or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to to distinguish anime characters' age.
I know, right? Everyone thought Itachi was like 30.
Wait, is there like an actual Wikipedia for that or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah. He died when he was 21.
Yeah. For the greater good.
Yeah, for the greater good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to our short story corner. Today is my turn, or this time is my turn. So, in the short story corner, this is where we let you, the listener, create a short story of your own that you may feel amazing, you like to share to us, you just want us to critique. But since this podcast just started, I'm pretty sure there isn't a lot of people that's listening that would like to participate or anything like that. So, we have us three create a short story, and then, yeah, we'll talk about it. But if you like to send in your short story, that would be latenightowl.pc@gmail.com. Send us your short story. So, for mine, I didn't go too detailed onto it. This is just a setting. I just thought I could talk about the setting and then maybe add in few of like the main characters or what events could possibly happen. And so I could probably have like you two help me out.
All right.
Yeah. So the setting is today the world we know revolves around social media and entertainment in general. Let's rewind the clock back to when entertainment first started and delete entertainment all in general. So now we restart in a world without entertainment, and in 2019 now we have far more advancement in technology, and everyone is living the same exact lifestyle. And yeah, that's the setting. So I thought it would be weird to have like a main character have, like the obvious way of doing this would be like having a main character who kind of solves a way to bring it back to a more social media entertainment like world, and it would be like a boring world, right? No.
Hmm. A
I'm
world without
curious.
social media
Yeah.
would be boring. I don't think so.
I'm curious, like what you included as part of like entertainment, because there's like a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So like the lowest quality of entertainment would be like ads,
Uh,
or even worse would be just smiling in general. Like you hear like a story or a picture or anything like that, and then it'll give you some sort of feeling, because entertainment could even be color, right? technically. Like
guess so.
you could describe it as
Art.
like yeah, it's art like some sort of art form. Maybe you're just looking at like a color of blue or whatever, and you're like, oh shit, that's pretty funny, or you know. So pretty much, it would be a world of black and white, and then they would give you like pills or whatever, so that you can't see color. Like everyone would be colorblind,
Mm.
and pretty much every household is the same. It's like there's a mother, father, a brother, sister, and a dog, right? And like all the society would be the same, exactly the same. And if something is wrong, there's like a government or like people who would actually come and like fix it so that everything's all equal and like nothing is out of the ordinary.
So like communism.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, but the problem there's also the fact that everyone's driving. Yeah, well, everyone's driving to work, or the father is driving to work, works a certain amount of period, comes back home to his family, eats, sleeps, and then it goes does that again, while the kids do the same thing where it's like go to school, come back, eat, sleep, go back to school, and then the mother would be doing like go to grocery or yeah get the groceries, um, cook dinner, sleep, repeat. So it'll be like really boring and like systematic. Everything's the same. So pretty much communism. Yeah.
So these like people, they would be living like the same life every day. They're
Yeah, yeah. It would be
more,
like
yeah.
humans being robots, pretty much. But because there's no entertainment to distract them from like society and stuff, everything like technology is far more advanced. There's like flying cars, uh, I don't know, like a way to travel through space and everything. So there's like already like a city up in space and stuff like that. Yeah. So
So it's not like they just like never discovered entertainment. It's that they just,
yeah,
as a society, never really cared entertainment or
yeah,
just
Yeah.
their
pleasure.
focus is more towards
Okay,
advancement.
that's a better explanation. Yeah, because if you just said like a world without like people viewing, they're just gonna say like what 14 years ago,
Yeah.
you know. But if you say it in that way, then, yeah, it's a more compelling. So what if social media was soul draining and stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all got our act together. Yeah, I agree. That'd be
which I always like think of it like when there's like a Twitter comment or people say there's like a comment of where like Trump would tweet something stupid and everyone would like harp on it and it's just like people laughing and everything. That's like social media, right? It's like if we didn't have that, like it's like just stupid. Like I can't comprehend why we were like stuck doing all these stupid crap while we could just be doing far better things to better our society.
Mm.
Which I'm pretty sure there is, but there's a lot of money that's going around for entertainment, is what I believe. So I thought, might as well use this hate and turn it into an anime.
But the people in your society don't crave this sort of thing.
Right. So they think that entertainment is like I wouldn't say obsolete, but more like unnecessary.
It's yeah.
Yeah. So their goal is to have a more, I guess it would be more towards survival, like to
Mm.
keep advancing in technology, keep going till there's that break point where you can't like go any further, right?
Yeah.
so, huh. I guess it would be some like you would really have to carefully define entertainment, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, for
Yeah.
your little story thing.
Yeah.
Because like because like some people when they do something that is meaningful, like if they're like drawing or building a car or building a rocket for your society or something, maybe they find that entertaining, right? So then you're probably like distinguishing between like immediate pleasures.
Yeah.
So like maybe like
Mm.
what's a good example? Yeah, like getting a lot of likes on like Instagram or Facebook, going through feeds, I don't know, watching porn or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those stuff aren't really mean. They're just
Mhm.
expedient pleasure.
Right.
So like in your story, it's like, what if people didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
Like what if they did more meaningful? How would the future look like? Maybe.
Yeah, but what I need help is with like if I'm going to write a story like this, I it would be like so repetitive and boring where there needs to be some sort of plot, you know. There has to be
Mhm.
either some
Yeah.
people who wants to destroy this and make entertainment good again, or I don't know, some sort of how do you say it, like not anti-hero, but yeah, I guess an anti-hero, right? So it's kind of difficult, like how I would approach this type of plot. No, yeah. Do you guys have any ideas? Maybe.
A viewer said, if you take porn from the world, I bet the world would get a whole darker. uh,
Yeah. Well, uh, it would be weird setting wise too, since I did say 2019, like now. But then again, it's a what if theory. Like
well,
what if like now instead of having cars or having these regular I don't know houses and stuff like that, we already have like advancement where it's like we have those automatic doors like in those space animes or flying cars and stuff like that, like now, as of right now, so it's dancing around the idea of an alternate universe. So it would probably be like a very I don't know. It
so
would
what would be like the plot of it or the problem? So if everyone became like freaking decent human beings, what would be the problem?
yeah, that's the problem, right? Like if they're all like just pretty much the same thing, you would need someone that'll shy away from that and become extraordinary, like
Okay,
unique, right?
all right,
Or
just for the sake of this conversation. So okay, you live in this like utopia, perfect. Okay, does no one deals with like I guess shitty entertainment anymore,
mm-hmm.
and then
Everyone is
everyone,
just 100% productive.
Yeah.
yeah. So that means they're kind of like robots
Yeah, pretty
because
much.
machines are 100%,
Mm-hmm.
or they're supposed to be productive,
All right.
right? Like all they do is just work.
Yeah.
So then it would take the human element out of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would probably be like a, yeah.
Be like a what? Sorry,
So
you
that
cut
would
out.
be your plot, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then your hero introduces porn to the rest of the world and saves them.
I feel like that's too similar to like another
What? There's already
anime.
something like that?
Not like my plot, my setting, but it's like I forgot the name of it, but it's a girl that's wearing like panties on her
Oh,
face.
yeah, yeah.
That's a society where they got rid of porn. And then she's like reintroducing it to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The, so I don't think. I mean, yeah, it could be porn, but I don't think that would be. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's weird.
interesting.
It's too similar to that.
Mm.
And while I was writing this, I was like, oh shit, it does sound exactly like that. But there's different ways of approaching this sort of setting. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. It's just from an idea I got from reading Warhammer. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it's
Yeah.
pretty much like Warcraft kinda, but they have a pretty interesting history and stuff like that they write for the whole Warhammer concept, and it's where I forget the years, but they go up to like 20,000 years or something like that. But there's this time where there there's an era where they prosper in technology far more than they actually did in the whole entire time that the world was created, and they would even create like travel through space through light or something, and it was called the golden age because the technology was like so advanced that they would even enhance human bodies. They would it was crazy. It was like humans would have like two hearts, three livers, and like enhanced
Mm.
spines and stuff like that. It was crazy. They made it so it actually made sense. You know, like you would
Hmm.
have like an extra heart so that your blood flow would be like more consistent. You would have like better ability of cardio and stuff like that. And there's like a
Mm.
lot of these theories that was really interesting, and the whole the pretty much the whole thing is yeah, there was the golden age, but right after the golden age came the age of disaster or like destruction, where the AI pretty much like took over and destroyed society or human civilization. And
So,
yeah,
post-apocalyptic.
yep, pretty much. But it's during it wasn't like an aftermath. It's not post. It was like at that time, or they did talk about post-apocalyptic times, but it was more of the apocalypse. But yeah, I think I just got really inspired by that. So I was thinking, how would that come true? You know, the point where everyone decides to, okay, let's advance in humanity and
Mm.
technology and stuff like that. So how can I make that an anime? You know, obviously I can't make it word for word like Warhammer, but if it's something like that, it'll be a pretty interesting story, right? For anime, maybe.
Yeah, like what would be, yeah, like why don't we have two hearts? Like that's a pretty interesting question.
It's
Why two
obviously it's the
arms, not four?
technology too, and the mental stability. You know, like right now we don't have the thought of even doing that, right? Because first of all, I don't even think we do a lot of the human testing in general. We always start with like an animal stuff, and even if it succeeds in the animal, you know, there's like human trials and stuff like that. But who's gonna sacrifice their own self besides like the researchers themselves, right? So it's like a really tough situation, I think, or it would be, because it's you're setting foot in an unknown territory, which never happened before. There's nothing to back the data up or anything like that. So it's scary, and I think it's the fear that keeps people from advancing. It
Yeah,
could be
there's
different.
always
Yeah.
like moral. Yeah, it's like a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Like, is it okay to to test stuff on serial killers or psycho
Mm-hmm.
or babies or gene editing, CRISPR Cas9.
Yeah. See
You guys been following up on?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
They edit babies. You know, it's coming,
It.
even if we like it or not. And the reason why I think it's gonna happen is because, like, since we live in, there's a lot of people who are like suffering. Like, there's a lot of like crazy diseases out there
Mm-hmm.
that people are willing to die if
There's a cure
their
for it.
kids. Yeah, if their kids can not be sick or have.
Yeah, that's like a sort of heroism as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And it's like parents will always most likely cross the moral line for their child to live, right? Like, they'll kill somebody if somebody is about to kill their child.
Yeah.
Like, that's more like.
You cut off with more like what?
Is it more likely?
Oh, more likely. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a real tough topic, you know.
Yeah, it really is. And who are we to say?
And then
Ugh.
the funny thing is, even if you make it an anime or manga, they're not gonna give a shit. It's like, what are you trying to tell us? This is just a fucking cartoon. It doesn't fucking matter, right? In the end,
Yeah, but
that
food for thought.
that's
Like,
what.
hey,
Yeah.
it's like, what if we can edit, and what if you can
Yeah.
have two dicks?
Oh,
Like, what?
the thing though that they did for Warhammer is they actually get rid of your hormone,
Your
your like,
your desire to reproduce.
yeah, your desire to reproduce, but they do keep the what's it called, the reproductive system.
The Johnson, the
Yeah,
Wang.
yep.
Okay.
So it's pretty much you have no desire, but in order to reproduce, to create like that strong gene,
So
you would have that. Yeah.
It becomes more of a logical decision.
Yeah, it's scientific too, right? It's
so they only reproduce when.
yeah, and then the problem is for that culture in Warhammer is that like there is no more religion, and well, pretty much religion was changed with military. Like, if you're chosen to become one of like the soldiers, it's like an honor. Like, even if you hate it, it would be like the greatest honor that you could ever have. And it's through that training and going through that enhancement that makes you, or yeah, makes you a better person. It's weird because it dances around like that moral, like I would say like a human way of thinking. Yeah, that's just like the weird thing about the Warhammer. Yeah, you
And
should.
this is like a game or
They
a
do have a
book?
game, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of books that I don't know if they started off as like a story, like a short story.
It's mostly a like tabletop game. People
Yeah,
play
yeah.
more games with them.
Oh.
They got and they've got video games now, and they got everything really.
Yeah, and then I think they just a lot of people liked it so much that they actually expanded on the universe and they created like a story for it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't think I'd ever play the tabletop games and all that stuff. And there's also like the online games too. Like on Steam, there's like a Vermilion 2, the whole Warhammer MMO, I think, and stuff like that. But I just think the idea of that society was pretty interesting. But yeah,
Okay.
that's like the reason why I created this retarded ass setting.
Story. So with your protagonist, what age, what sex,
That's hard, right?
uh,
Like, if I,
non-binary.
it's scary because it would probably be. I would make it a whole family, and the whole family, like
Uh-huh.
the dad, mom, brother, sister,
Okay.
and a dog, and it'll be kind of comedic.
Oh shit, the dog gets
Mm,
Like
his own arc.
it would have to be like an entertaining, like going on with like social media or showing the world of social media, right? It'll be like comedy is how I
so
see it
maybe
because
like a satire, maybe.
yeah. And it'll kind of bounce off with like the anime called Crayon Shinchan, if you guys ever heard of that.
Oh yeah.
It's
Damn it.
like you should just watch like one episode. It's all like it's not connected
It's a
kind of.
comedy. It's not really.
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole
it's a
guy's like,
family comedy. Not like a like your whole family would watch it together, but like their whole family is just hilarious in general.
How long is like each episode?
I think like maybe 15-20 minutes. It's like those regular TV shows. Yeah, but there's the whole main story for Korean Shinchan where which is like they progress uh, like through age and stuff like that, but pretty much just the whole family is a comedic family, I guess you could say, and then it's hilarious because a lot of people could relate to it in like all ages. Yeah, there'll be like the dad that works like a regular 8 to 5 job, and then he'll have like his comedic moments and stuff like that. And I thought that was pretty cool or pretty funny. I see it time to time too. It's hilarious when you watch it. And the voice actors too is like really well known. Yeah, and then there's like movies and stuff like that. If you want to just watch the movie real quick and see what kind of anime it is, it's actually pretty fun. You'll get a laugh out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not too sure about the dub version. I never am. Like I'm always skeptical about the dub version.
I think you grow to appreciate and love the dub over time.
It's a vague line though.
I also disagree with that.
I guess
It's
I only like it because it's Mimi.
it's personal preference, and at the same time, I know a few people that'll say like I'm too lazy to read the subtitles,
Uh-huh.
but I do like the voice. But because I don't understand what they're talking about in Japanese, I rather just listen to them talk in dub.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. And the the perk of knowing Japanese is because you like anime, you could just listen to the Japanese version and you'd understand it because you know Japanese. But yeah, the problem right now is you can't really enjoy the anime in Japanese or with subtitles because you're trying to figure out you're reading something or you're reading like what it says on the bottom and at the same time trying to enjoy the anime in general, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like the problem with all languages,
Oh yeah, just
translation
general.
is never percent.
Yeah, in general, right? Which sucks.
Yeah, which it does suck.
Especially with all these like comedies when they have to
Yeah.
like explain the
Or
jokes
the
and
joke,
the puns.
exactly. Yep. You're like parentheses. This is funny because in Japanese. Yeah.
That's what I don't think there's like a way to go past that, right? It's like really difficult.
Yeah, because language is connected to culture, and it's really difficult to translate culture.
It's like everyone has to learn a certain amount of language, which they kind of push, right? Where it's like in middle school or high school, you'll be like, okay, you have to take one or the two languages or something like that, right? Or did you guys have that?
Yeah, and the reason why you can't learn it is there's no culture with
Right.
right. Language is useless without culture.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in having it. So if you're just learning it in a classroom, worthless, it's useless. Both your time and the person teaching. Like yeah, huh? It's always that good idea, bad practice.
I mean, they always try to like mix in some culture. They'll like show you some
Some
movies or like
movies,
TV.
yeah. Uh huh. How's that going?
Not the best.
It's like we should stop, but the parents demand it, so fuck you kids.
Japanese is actually the worst for that because
It's
like
so
anime
small.
has
Like, yeah.
a different culture from actual speaking culture.
Yeah, definitely. Like they do that with like Spanish. Like they'll teach you like very proper form of Spanish, and you go talk with your homies. They're like, "What the fuck? Who taught you this shit?" Like, oh man.
You know what? It's just all just everyone learns Chinese and then just translate everything in Chinese.
Yeah, like no, like Chinese is probably the difficult one because they're super diverse, right? Because you got like northern Chinese, and then on top of that you have different. Right?
But
Yeah,
in
people who are right who
Yeah.
speaks Mandarin as well, and you have people from mainland China who also speak and have
But they
completely
got
different
different
cultures. Yeah, they're gonna use different words, different context, and they even pronounce words differently. Oh, it's like us, right? Like British and American and Australians.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, like they'll.
they got their own like slang and
Yeah,
no idea what they're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. We'll be like, "Hey, watch out!" And the British will be like, "Mind your step."
I'm arriving.
I'm arriving.
Oh shit, dude.
You guys heard the joke? It's like Australians don't have sex; they mate.
Stupid.
uh,
You can't. It's sad because these days, if someone gets offended, that joke is just butchered. Like I heard like this podcast where this Indian dude was talking about like other Indians, and
yeah.
he offended one person in like the audience, and they actually had to shut down his whole entire show
Mm-hmm.
just because that one person was insulted.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
that one person wasn't even Indian. Like I think there's a lot of people that is more like not that race that gets insulted more.
That happens a lot, like especially in America, right? People will get offended for the other races.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like it was kind of funny because there was this time where um like a white person was like bashing on an Asian, like the Asian culture, and
Mm-hmm.
like all the Asians that was like not like American born Asians, but Asians that were there and then understood him was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, you guys have your own opinion, that's cool. But there's
Okay.
another white dude that'll be like, that's wrong of you to do that to these Asian people. And then it's just like this guy was American born Asian. So he's like, oh no, I'm representing the Asia. And then it's like
Uh,
it doesn't even make sense for you to represent Asia, you know?
so he's a social justice paladin.
Yeah. And then the funny thing is, yeah, the Asian people didn't really care, so you didn't even have to stand up for them in the first place.
I don't know. It's a really, I guess it's very complicated in a sense, like
Uh,
why people would would do that. I guess it has to do with like because people that in itself is extremely complicated
yeah,
because people have their own freaking they're very peculiar and I guess what should I say? I guess it depends on their personality.
I
Like
think
people
yeah.
people who are like highly agreeable, they tend to have more sympathy for other people, especially people like different races or something.
Yeah, there's the fine line between what how long can you like deal with an insult without standing up for someone, you know? Like if you see someone getting beat up, you're
Yeah,
not just going to look and walk away, right? You have to step in or someone has to step in, but the thought of thinking like, okay, so well, I'm not going to do it, someone else is going to do it anyways, instead of
yeah, maybe he was thinking like, oh, maybe these guys need a social justice paladin right now,
yeah,
and I'm gonna be that paladin.
the light the beacon, light the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna light the way.
That's I don't know. I think that's I think the Asian people would just say, "Okay, that's cool," and then just move on.
Oh, it's really difficult, right? Because like back then, Asians used to be like that. They used to be like, you know what, fuck it. You know, if you're gonna be racist, you're gonna, you know, have this injustice. I don't care because I just want to work, get money, feed my family, right?
It still
But
is though
no, it's not like that anymore.
in
Because if
Asia.
it,
Not like
not right now, if especially Asian Americans, as they go through the school system, they've been taught to, you know, there's social injustice, you know, stand up for ourselves. So more Asian Americans, especially the younger ones, they tend to be more aggressive. They tend to get more irritated, especially
Mm.
one of our friends, right, Tim? I don't know if you know, but yeah, they're very like they'll have like this Asian pride, and then if someone has like this weird slang or racist thing going on, they'll like be on their ass about it. Take it to social media. They might take it to court. They'll spread the word, right?
no, no. That might be true, but I'm talking about like Asian, not Asian American.
Asian, like Asians from where,
Like just
right?
Asia in general.
Like because Asia in general that includes the
Okay, the
like
if
because when people think of Asian people, they think of like East Asian people,
mm,
right? Because like I work with a Lebanese girl, right? And
yeah, look,
she always considered herself Asian, and then when she came to America, like she's like, yeah, I'm Asian, and then white people, no, you're not, and she's like, why, right? It's like funny to me that
well,
we're
yeah,
actually
let's just
really ignorant about because geography, fuck that, what's that? I don't know my states, and I definitely won't know about the. Huh. I feel like no, because like okay, Japanese people like their culture is they're shy and they're conservative, right? So they won't let right,
yeah.
right, yeah, yeah. So I feel like okay,
And on top of
but
that, no one wants to mess with Japan anymore.
yeah, no, and like even in their proverb, right? Like one of a good proverb in Japan is that a nail that stands out gets hammered, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have proverbs coming from like your country, you kind of understand the culture a little.
I
There's a reason why they say that.
yeah, and in general, I think it's hilarious because it's like fucking America nuked Japan twice, not once but twice, and then so everyone's just like, all right, let's just leave Japan alone.
Yeah, they've gone through a lot of shit. Yeah,
Oh shit, dude! Like for me, what I mean, I'm not like a Japan-born Japanese, but when someone tries to like make fun of me or whatever. I'm like, dude, leave me alone. You fucking nuked me like twice. That's like a hilarious way of like having them just like not like bother you anymore.
Pity point.
Yeah, pity. It's pretty much pity, but it's
Yeah.
true though. It's scary. It yeah, and I think I mean they have the right. Yeah, definitely. uh, I mean I'm not trying to bash on anything, but I just thought that it's like a dark humor.
Yeah, I mean, like dark humor is it's important, right? Like if you can laugh, because if you take things like so seriously,
Again, I had to cover my ass by saying it's a dark humor, or else
yeah,
everyone's gonna take it seriously, right? Yeah, that's what sucks. Like
yeah, you can't please everyone, you
you
know.
have to explain a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, but some people won't listen, and sometimes you can't articulate yourself well enough, laying your point across.
Yeah.
It's a two-way shit.
That's like the hard part, right? Like people that get offended only think of something one way and they can't really look at the whole big picture, right? Where it's like, okay, this other person might think it this way, but I'm not gonna even bother thinking about that. It's just one straight line for me, you know. There's a lot of people like that, and it's not scary, but I wish they would see like the bigger picture, you know.
Yeah, maybe you can write a story and help people,
Because
right? Like a really good saying is like, so for example, like there's like this saying like, oh, is the glass half empty or half full, right?
yeah.
And then usually conversations go like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll be like, oh, if you say it's half full, it's positive. You say it's half negative. But then you have to learn how to say, hey, maybe the cup is too big. You know,
That's a
like
there's a different
it's a good thing to know, right? So then, yeah, you should like think that way. And
there's
that was
a
a joke by George Carlin.
there's a meme for that too. There's it's like an opportunist. There's like a whole bunch of those stuff. I forgot.
Yeah, like it's really difficult to think like because when you're in a situation like that, you're locked in, right? You're
Yeah.
locked in. There's subject, verb, object. You're locked in.
Yeah.
Like it's really difficult for you to
Yeah,
think outside.
it's really scary of how many people could like be really narrow-minded and get offended easily, which I understand too. See, this is me trying to like see the other point of view too, right? But if you guys could let me share like this one thing when I was having this, it was like just like a regular conversation where it's like, oh, if you had $1 million, what do you do? What would you do with it? You know, and
Okay.
in this possibility, I can't see any other way. This is like something that I can't see the other side of. Like you can't take it so offensively to something that's hypothetical. Like I mean, there might be some debates about what it is that you're talking about. Okay, well, anyways, let's go to the topic. The topic was, what would you do with $1 million? And then the person said, with $1 million, I would give it to a cancer research and then donate it to them so that they could advance more in research, right, for cancer.
Okay.
And so I was like, that's amazing and really selfless of you. That's amazing. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like being able to not throw away, but give someone else that doesn't really benefit you. This is my take, because we didn't specify how we got the $1 million.
Uh-huh.
You could say you won the lotto and then you got $1 million, or it was your own money to begin with. My take was this was my money to begin with that I've earned after working hard. My take is I can't give it to someone else without it benefiting me. I might be, that might sound selfish, but if you work that hard,
that doesn't sound very selfish.
yeah. But I mean, like, I mean, it's ultimately your money, right? Because you could do whatever you want with it. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it's if it doesn't benefit me, then there's no point of me like being able to be selfless and donate it like as you do. And then I meant it as like in the positive way. And then but the person gets really upset. Like, how could you be so selfless? Like, there's like so many like cancers people out there that needs help, and then I'm just like listen, like I understand your point of view as well, but you have to understand, like, it's not like I know that I have cancer right now or I'm gonna develop it later on. That's why I should invest it now. Like, there's something that I don't know about for like the short term, and like not the long term, but maybe in between. I know for a fact that I'm gonna be healthy, so I wouldn't want to waste that $1 million that I work so hard with to like donate it. And they got upset to the point where they started to cry, and then I was just like, oh god, like I had to like like try to explain it so that they would understand. There's different ways of like going to approach this situation.
Did
And
you
then,
ask like why they would donate $1 million
well, yeah,
to cancer?
that's the whole point. Like, they said they wanted to donate it because
Yeah,
they
did you
felt,
ask why? Because they felt
well, yeah, that's what they said. They said they needed, or they wanted to help out the community of people that has cancer, or yeah, that has cancer. And then they wanted, or the person wanted to create a better, not budget, but like more money towards that kind of
oh,
research.
but then you have to ask like why cancer? Why not AIDS? Why not MS? Why not diabetes? Why
Well,
not
yeah, that's true too, right? Like, if um maybe their family member may have had cancer and too, and they had like a tragic
yeah.
uh moment in their life. It would be, that would be like maybe one of the reasons why. But I wouldn't think that you would like harp on someone that doesn't know anything about that, or just sharing their own honest opinion, right?
Yeah, but if like for example if you're trying to see like both sides,
Mm-hmm.
like you should assume that you have to do that too in a way, so you have to ask them why. And if they do tell you that, yeah, my mom had cancer and stuff like that, that's probably why she cried. I don't know. Usually, because people are complicated, right?
But by the
Then if
way, I didn't say she, but yeah.
she or a guy, I don't know. Like it could be a girl or a guy,
Yeah.
right? I tend to say she more because women are statistically more emotionally intelligent, so they're
I
more.
I understand that, and
Yeah,
I know exactly why you said she, but
yeah,
and for the purpose of not offending
yeah. But I mean, I
anyone.
mean, I mean, guy, yeah. Not trying, not a social justice paladin.
There's what's it called? A beta male.
Beta male.
Beta male.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Based on statistics. Anyways, yeah. Like if you found that out, then you can explain yourself better, right? You can be like, I don't know anyone personally who has cancer. I can't relate. It wouldn't be meaningful for me
Yeah.
to donate $1 million to cancer.
Hmm.
And there you go. You're done. You're set.
I can't. I'm not the type of person that will actually have to like bend your own uh like way of
It
thinking in order to make someone happy,
it's
like, because
I would dis no, I
you
would disagree.
yeah.
Ending. You're acknowledging their being, and therefore you can
Mhm.
have like a because you tried your best to get to whatever the truth or. Most of the time we're arguing based on shit we don't even have the same definition of,
Right.
right? Like me and Michael, we argue all the based on the definition of words.
Yeah.
Like all we do is fucking argue based on like that's like 90% of our
I mean
arguments.
that is the story, right? Because he had this different question was,
Yeah.
it was money that he earned.
Yeah. So you have to figure that shit out.
But
And then,
yeah, I mean, like based on what you know, the information you know, like
Mhm.
it's not like I'm gonna be at that moment. You know, you're thinking like really like detail where it's like, oh well, how did I get this money? Or you know, it's just like a spur of the moment where it's like, okay, well, if you had $1 million, what would you
Oh,
do?
this was like what, like an exercise or something? Like,
No,
because
no, no. It was
I
just,
feel like this is like someone you know.
well, I mean, if you just have like the conversation with a friend, right? Like what we're doing right now, and if I asked you guys, oh,
Uh-huh.
if like a chick with like a nice body, um,
Uh-huh.
came up to you and started like
Okay.
flirting with you, what would you do? Like you would like right now, as of right now, like at that moment, you wouldn't be thinking about anything else, right? You wouldn't be like, oh, was she like our age? What was it like I don't know, like is there a guy
Is she hot
behind
and stuff like
her,
that?
right? Like
Yeah.
I'm giving you just like the broad details, and what would you think
Yeah.
about it?
Okay.
That's how the
Okay.
topic was.
So it was just like a spontaneous
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
topic
yeah.
that I thought it was like fucking I don't know, like a close friend having a serious talk.
Oh no, no, it was like just a spontaneous conversation or
Yeah.
question. Yeah,
So that would be so I would have another question like why did you cry, right? Because you said
yeah.
it's not a girl,
Uh huh.
like a guy cried.
Well,
Like
obviously,
can
if
cry
you're
too, but
if like the general idea is if someone gets offended of something to the point where they cry,
Mhm.
you're you, you're gonna your whole point of like the situation right now is I need to calm this person down, or you know, like try to stop them from crying, isn't it? You're not trying to figure out why they're crying, or I mean you are trying to figure out why they're crying, but it's not like you're trying to go into detail, right? Like you're not going to be like, oh, was it because you have a family member that has cancer,
No,
or
okay. I guess it's me. If someone's crying, especially if I made especially if they're my friends, make them. I won't make that same mistake again.
well, yeah, I mean you learn from your mistakes. Yeah, I understand that, but like
Right?
at that,
And the only way you can do that if you like not a mind reader.
but at the moment, you know, it's kind of hard based on like that timing or the time frame that you have where it's like, oh shit, I just like made someone cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I, I don't know if you want to talk about it, like talk about the reason why you're crying, or tell me it so that I understand, so I wouldn't make the same mistake twice, you know. But there's a lot of people that's like, no, that's okay. I understand like the person that you are, you know. And then I'll be like, I mean, this is a hypothetical, like at
Well, I
least
don't know.
tell me so I can't make
We
the same mistake twice, you know.
yeah, we have different definitions on or values on what friends should do like situation,
Yeah.
which is cool. Why are you crying, Tim? You gotta tell me, man. No, man. I ain't telling you shit.
Nah, man. Nah, I'm good.
I'm good, dog.
No,
Let me get a beer.
it just started to rain. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
This,
I feel like yeah, I think for guys is we usually have to go talk to some chick
really?
or a mom. Or we
The-
just cry ourselves to sleep. Or just brush it off. Or man it up. I don't know.
just walk it off.
Yeah, you just walk it off.
Just walk it off.
Yeah, you just gotta walk it off, man. Like
Oh shit, dude.
uh, it's just something you gotta do. You gotta walk it off.
That sucks, man. Like being a dude.
Yeah, but I respect that, you know, because like in a way, I feel like you're subconsciously, like you subconsciously know that life is tragic, and then it's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna be heroic and I'm gonna walk this shit off.
Yeah, that's another form of heroism.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't like, because some people, like, when something negative really happens, like, it affects them, like, for really long.
Yeah, it
Like,
sticks with them.
yeah, and then they can't walk it off, right?
Yeah, some people need like a actual outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then usually the best one is like talking about it, because
Yeah.
when you talk about it, you usually fix your own problem. Because I don't know, it's weird. Like if you write stuff down and you talk about your own problem, you can kind of see like the error in your logic,
Mm-hmm.
and you can be like, yeah, kind of like a dumbass thinking. And then people help you see a side of the issue too.
Yeah.
If you can't walk it off, talk about it. If you can't talk about it, share now. I guess.
And that was the plot for an anime. For those
An
viewers
anime.
listening.
Oh yeah, we're still in story time.
Oh shit, we're storytelling.
Oh shit, dude.
The worst storytelling corner so far.
No. Well, I'm pretty sure we already went past the story corner. It's pretty much like whatever right now. But yeah, went. I want to say off topic, but well, definitely off topic. But I'm assuming that we finished my little short story corner, and then we moved on to like another like just random free for all topic. But anyways, before I end the podcast, I just want to let everyone know that there is a new anime that's going to be coming out. It's called Usuzumi Zakura. Usuzumi Zakura. I'm pretty sure there's a meaning to Usuzumi, but on the top of my head I can't think of it right now. But Zakura is Sakura. It's gonna be coming out October 6th. It's about a samurai, or the samurai era. Main character is transforms to a usual geared out warrior, and then the enemy summons like demons and monsters and stuff like that. Hopefully, there's no like those retarded ass fighting scenes where they kind of shy away from the art style, like drawing art style, and do like the CGI bull crap that they do these days. But yeah, that's the manga, anime, and doujinshi. That's it's gonna be coming out. But yeah, that's the end of the podcast. So thank you guys for listening, and thank you Set and Tim again.
Thanks for having me.
All the time.